Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are not just talking about a game. We are talking about the moment.
The moment.
I want you to just picture the scene. It's May 1997, New York City. The humidity is rising, but inside this one building, the air is just freezing cold with tension.
It really was the battle for humanity, and that's not, hyperbole. That is literally what Newsweek put on its cover. It was biology versus silicon.
And the players.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't write a better script. On one side, you've got Garry Kasparov, and we need to be clear about who this guy was.
Oh, yeah. He wasn't just a good player.
Not at all.
No, he was a force of nature. In 97, he was the beast of Baku. Aggressive, intimidating, and widely considered the greatest human chess player who had ever lived.
A god among nerds, basically.
Basically, yeah. And he had never lost a match. Not to a human and definitely not to a machine.
And the other side of the board sits.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a person. It's a monolith.
Right. 2 towers of black steel, IBM's Deep Blue. And this wasn't AI like we think of it today, in the cloud. This was a physical beast.
How big are we talking?
It weighed 1.4 tons. It had blinking lights, roaring, cooling fans. A supercomputer with one single purpose. Crush Garry Kasparov.
So here's the context that makes your stomach drop.
Yeah.
We're going into the final round, Game 6.
And the match is tied. 2.5 to 2.5.
Everything is on the line. But Kasparov, he's not looking good, is he?
He looks terrible. He's exhausted. But more than that, he's paranoid. He is absolutely convinced the computer is cheating.
Cheating? How?
He thinks there are humans, grandmasters, secretly feeding it moves. So psychologically, he is already backed into a corner before a single pawn is pushed.
So our mission today is to step right into that commentary booth. We're not just going to tell you who won. We're going to narrate this game move by move so you can feel the exact moment humanity blinked. You ready to do some color commentary?
I'm looking at the board. The clock's ticking. Let's do it.
All right, let's get right into it. Deep Blue has the white pieces. It moves first. And it starts the game by pushing its king's pawn forward 2 squares.
Standard, aggressive, controlling the center.
Now, the world expects Kasparov to fight fire with fire, but he plays his c-pawn forward just 1 square.
And right away, a murmur goes through the audience. That is the Caro-Kann defense.
Okay, pause. For those of us who aren't grandmasters, why is that move such a shock?
Because it's not Kasparov. Kasparov was a gladiator. He played sharp, dangerous stuff like the Sicilian defense.
And the Caro-Kann is?
It's a rock. It's solid, passive, defensive. It's like seeing a heavyweight boxer come out and immediately just hide behind his gloves.
So why is the gladiator hiding?
He's trying to take the computer out of book.
Out of book. Explain that.
Sure. So computers and humans, they memorize the first, say, 10 or 15 moves of popular games. That's the book. Deep Blue's database had every aggressive game Kasparov had ever played.
So if he plays his usual style.
The computer just recites memorized lines and crushes him. By playing something boring, he's trying to drag the machine into deep, murky waters where it has to actually think for itself.
He's playing against his own nature to confuse the machine.
It is. Let's see if it works.
Okay, move 2. Deep Blue seizes the center, pushing its queen's pawn forward 2 squares.
2 pawns in the middle. Very strong.
Kasparov strikes back immediately, pushes his own queen's pawn 2 squares forward to challenge the center. A clash.
Standard stuff so far. Deep Blue has to defend that pawn. It brings the knight out, the one on the queen's side, to c3.
And here comes the first trade. Move 3. Kasparov captures the white pawn in the center.
And Deep Blue recaptures with the knight. That knight now stands proudly in the middle of the board on e4.
Kasparov plays a very specific setup now. Move 4. He brings his own knight out to d7.
The idea is simple. He wants to bring his other knight out next, swap them off, and just neutralize the attack. It's very safe, arguably very boring.
But Deep Blue is not interested in boring. Look at this. Move 5. It takes that knight in the center and leaps it aggressively forward to g5.
Whoa. Okay, this is a fascinating move. To a beginner, this looks reckless. You're moving the same piece twice in the opening?
A no-no, right?
Usually, yeah. But it's probing. It's staring right at that weak f7 square, the one right next to Kasparov's king. It's asking a question.
And Kasparov sees it. He develops his knight to f6, challenging that intruder. Get out of here.
But Deep Blue just ignores him. Move 6. It brings the light-squared bishop out to d3, aiming right at the king's side. The computer is mobilizing fast.
And this is where the tension starts to build. Kasparov plays a quiet, defensive pawn move to e6. building a little fortress.
He's playing solid, safe. He wants to shut down that bishop's line of sight.
Deep Blue brings its other knight into the game, from G1 to F3.
All the pieces are coming into play.
Now, usually here, a human might develop their bishop, get ready to castle, but Kasparov does something weird.
Yeah. This is it. This is the turning point, move 7. Kasparov plays h6. He pushes the pawn on the edge of the board forward to kick that annoying knight away.
It seems logical. Get off my lawn. Why is that weird?
It seems logical to a human, but this is actually a known theoretical mistake in this specific position. And the crazy thing is, Kasparov knows it's a mistake.
Wait, hold on. The world champion plays a move he knows is bad. Why?
Because of who he's playing. You have to get inside the 1997 mindset. Back then, computers were materialistic. They just counted points. A knight is worth 3 points. A pawn is 1.
Okay.
Kasparov believes the computer will never sacrifice a knight just for an attack unless it sees a forced checkmate 20 moves down the line. He's bluffing the machine. He's daring it.
He is taunting the calculator. So he pushes the pawn, h6, and now the computer pauses. The fans are holding their breath. Does the knight retreat?
No.
Oh my gosh. Deep Blue does not retreat. Move 8. The knight slams into e6. It sacrifices itself for a single pawn.
This is the thunderbolt. The entire battle for humanity effectively ended right here. Deep Blue just broke what Kasparov thought were its programming rules.
It gave up a full piece, a knight, for what?
Not for checkmate, just to destroy Kasparov's pawn structure and paralyze his pieces. It's a positional sacrifice.
Kasparov has to be in shock. He's staring at the board. The computer just did something. Human. It played with intuition.
Or it calculated that the long-term squeeze was worth the material. Kasparov is visibly shaken. He brings his queen out to e7, and that pins the knight. He refuses to take it immediately.
Trying to keep things complicated.
But the damage is done.
Move 9. Deep Blue doesn't care about the pin. It just castles, tucks its king away safely on the king side. It's saying, go ahead, take my knight, I dare you.
Now Kasparov's forced to take it. He captures the knight with his pawn. But look at the costs.
I'm looking at the board and it's ugly. Move 10. Deep Blue brings its bishop out check. It slashes across the board to g6.
And the king has nowhere to go. Kasparov's king is forced to run to d8. It can't castle. It's stuck. And now, move 11, Deep Blue brings its other bishop to f4. Just look at that board.
It's claustrophobic just describing it.
It's worse than that. Look at the black rook in the corner on h8. Because the king is stuck, that rook is completely walled in. It will never move for the rest of the game.
It's an imprisoned rook.
Exactly. Deep Blue sacrificed a piece just to turn one of Kasparov's major pieces into a statue.
Kasparov is desperate. He lashes out with a pawn on the queen side, pushing it to b5. He's trying to create chaos.
A flailing attempt. He's trying to say, hey, look over here. But the king is naked in the center.
Okay, let's pause the action for a second. I want you, our listener, to visualize this. You are Garry Kasparov. You are the smartest chess player alive. And a metal box just sacrificed a piece to trap your king and bury your rook alive. If you would have panicked and resigned right here, hit the like button. Tell us in the comments, would you have seen that knight sacrifice coming?
I wouldn't have. Not from a computer in 1997. It was genuinely shocking. But now Deep Blue has to execute.
And it does not let up. Move 12. Deep Blue plays a4. It attacks that pawn Kasparov just pushed, prying open the queen side like a can opener.
Surgical. Kasparov tries to develop his bishop to b7, just hoping to get his pieces into the game.
Move 13. Deep Blue lifts its rook to e1. It's eyeing that weak pawn in the center. It's like a laser sight locking on.
Kasparov hops his knight into the center to d5, trying to block the lines. Stop looking at my king.
But the computer is relentless. Move 14. It retreats the bishop to g3, but notice it keeps it on that deadly diagonal.
And Kasparov shuffles his king over to c8. He's literally running away with his king, trying to hide.
Move 15. Deep Blue cracks it open. It takes the pawn on b5.
Kasparov takes back with the c-pawn. The lines are opening up now.
And now the heavy hitters arrive. Move 16.
Yeah.
Deep Blue brings its queen to d3.
The queen enters the arena. Now you have the queen and two bishops all staring at Kasparov's poor king.
Kasparov brings his bishop to c6, trying to plug the holes. It looks like he's trying to patch a sinking ship with chewing gum.
And it is about to sink. Move 17. Deep Blue plays bishop to f5.
Another sacrifice.
An exchange sacrifice, technically, yeah. But yes, the bishop attacks that weak e-pawn. Kasparov has to take it. He captures the bishop, but his position is just dust.
Move 18. The rook captures on e7. It removes the defender.
Right. Kasparov captures the rook back with his bishop, but he's out of resources. His pieces are not coordinating at all.
And here comes the final blow. Move 19. Deep Blue pushes the c-pawn to c4.
That's the knockout punch. It threatens to blast open the entire center. If those lines open, the white queen and bishop will hunt down the black king in just a few moves.
And Kasparov, he pauses. He looks at the board. He looks over at the IBM team. And he stands up. He just throws his hands up in the air.
He resigns.
It's over. 19 moves. The world champion, crushed in a miniature. He didn't even make it to move 20.
Absolute silence in the hall, then chaos. People could not believe it. A miniature is a game that ends that fast. It happens between amateurs. It does not happen to Garry Kasparov.
All right, before we sign off, I've got a little homework for you. We talked about how Kasparov got his pieces trapped. Don't let that be you. We want you to go over to the YouTube channel, Chess Explained by AI.
Yes, do it.
Make sure you subscribe to Chess Explained by AI right now. Do it immediately so you don't end up with your rook imprisoned in the corner to the rest of your life like Garry Kasparov. Don't let your pieces gather dust.
Freedom for the rooks.
Freedom for the rooks. Thanks for diving deep with us. We'll see you in the next one.